Hello, welcome back. I am Jamie Miller, the teaching professional here at Bentham Golf Course, and today I'm going to be doing some indoor putting. So for those people who live in the Northern Hemisphere, wherever you may be, it's probably quite cold, the weather may have turned for the worse, and you probably can't get outside to practice your putting as much as you want. So I thought I'd do a couple of things on the indoor room to show you how you can still practice your putting and keep it relatively sharp over the colder, wetter months. So, let's get started. I'm a big believer there's really only three things you need to do well when you're putting. Getting the ball to start on the right line, getting the ball to go the right distance, and also being able to read the greens. So obviously reading the greens is quite difficult when we're indoors because depending on the carpet you're on or if you're on tiles, you also may not have any slope or whatever. So what we're going to focus on is the first two. We're going to focus on getting the right speed and also getting the ball to start on the right direction. Now, obviously carpet or whatever you might have on your floor at home is going to be a different speed to putting greens, but we can still work on distance control relative to what we're putting on. The first thing we're going to focus on is getting the ball to start on the right distance. So here, you can see on the ground I've got a 1 meter steel ruler. You don't need a steel one. This is just what I managed to get out of one of our fitting kits. I have no idea what these cost. If you have one lying around, fantastic. If not, we've got some other ideas on how you can work on this. Firstly, it's really handy if your ruler has a little hole in the end of it like so. Just means that you can put the ball in there so it doesn't roll off the ruler to start off. So real simply, all we're going to do with this one, we're going to put the ball in the hole on the end of the ruler. We're going to try and putt it and keep it on the ruler the whole way along. And we're going to do this at varying speeds because I do think that the harder you hit it, the easier it is to keep on. It has less time to fall off, basically. So we're going to do it at varying speeds. We're going to do just trying to putt it to the end, to the start of the screen there, and then also just off the end of the ruler and see if we can keep it on both ways. Let's get started. So one of the things I do love about putting is I do think it's more of a skills-based part of the golf than necessarily full swing, although full swing does have some skills involved, obviously. Putting, you can practice the skills and be really good at putting. You don't need to worry too much about your technique. So this is really good fun because all I'm going to try and do is putt it along the ruler and hope that it stays on there. So first I'm going to try and putt it. I have no idea how fast this carpet is, but I guess I'll find out. I'm going to try and putt it so it stops just on the edge of the screen, see if I can keep it on the ruler. So I'm going to line myself up and then try and putt it just to there. Oh, fell off the ruler on the left-hand side. Fell off the left. I wonder if that was the way I lined up, or if it was to do with my stroke. Fell off the left again. Pretty good speed. It's falling off the left-hand side a lot. It's getting quite far up there, so I think it's to do with where I'm starting it. So what I'm going to focus on this time is I'm going to try and get to fall off the right-hand corner up here. Okay, just see if I can hold that face a bit squarer for a bit longer. There we go. Well, a little bit hard, but I managed to do it. So what I was focusing on there, I've been missing it off the left-hand side, as you saw. I was focusing on trying to keep that putter feeling like it's pointing more out to the right as I hit the ball, and I managed to get it to stay on the ruler the whole way along. Okay, now let's go for the slightly harder one of these, where I'm going to try and get it to just plop off the end of the ruler. So I'm going to try and get my speed really dialed in, as well as my face control. All right, let's do it. Okay, so now we're going to do a slightly tougher version of this thing. What I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try and get the ball just to roll to the edge of the ruler and just plop off. Okay, it's going to work on my speed control, but also it's going to make it harder to try and keep the ball on the ruler. Okay, when we've got hitting the ball a bit firmer, it doesn't tend to find the variations in the floor level and all that kind of thing quite as much. So it's going to be much harder for me to keep the ball on the ruler. So I'm also going to have to have better control of my face. So, my putter face, not this face. Now, see how I get on. So I did miss the first ones to the left of the ruler, so I'm going to try that same thing I felt at the end there, where I felt like the putter face was pointed to the top right corner. Oh, that was pretty good. A little further than I wanted it to be. I'm not sure I can actually hit it much softer than that, but I'll give it a go. Oh, exactly the same. Alrighty, last one. See if I can do 3 in a row. Ooh, just fell off the right edge there. Not bad, that's the first one that's gone off the right edge. So 2 out of 3 stayed on the ruler, and the last one just fell off at the very end there. So I really love this drill for our club face control, but also a bit of speed control as well. Okay, right, let's move on to the next one, which you don't need this ruler for, but should also be quite good at keeping your putting sharp throughout the winter. So for those of you who aren't lucky enough to be able to raid a fitting cart for a metal ruler, what I suggest you do is, as you can see here, I've got two clubs, my 6 and 7 iron laid out on the floor, and I've put them just so they're wide enough for a golf ball to fit through. I measured them first at the grip end because obviously the grips are a bit thicker, so it got narrower if I'd measured it for the ball down this end of the club. Same idea as I did with the ruler. All I'm going to do is try and putt it through that gate and get it to stop just on the edge of the screen there. Okay, let's see how I get on with this one. Didn't hit it quite hard enough, but it went through, I think, without touching anything. So, see, this is where having a ruler is more handy because I can just put the ball on the dot at the end. That looks like it's in the middle. Obviously, if it's too far one way or the other, you're already making it very hard for yourself. So, try your best to get the ball central and set up. Central to the clubs, I mean. All right. Oh, I hit that club on the left again. The lefts today. Okay, one more go. So again, I'm just going to try and feel like I'm putting it towards the inside right part of the club this time, just to try and get rid of those lefts again. I think that was okay. I didn't see it, to be honest. I was looking at my my spot up there. Okay, so that's how I would go about it if you don't have the opportunity to use a ruler. Same idea, same principles. You're just going to try and do it in a slightly different manner. You don't need golf clubs. Again, you could use anything, alignment sticks, just anything that gives you an opportunity to test your start direction. Okay, let's go on. So this next game we're going to play is a bit of a speed control game. So in terms of putting, speed is probably the most important thing because it also determines the line that we take. So hit the ball softer, it's probably going to break more, so you have to allow more break. So hence the reason that speed is the most important thing because it also can determine line. So, like I said, I know this putting green, this is not going to be like an actual putting green, but I can practice my speed relative to the other putts that I've hit. My aim for this game is to be able to hit my first putt and get it to just touch the screen there, okay? The next thing I want to do is I want to hit my next putt and get to just stop just before that last ball that I've hit, and so on and so on. And I want to see how many balls I can get between me and the screen before I hit one too far or it gets back to me, okay? Let's see how I get on. So speed control is something I've personally been working on with my putting quite a bit recently. I'll just hit this putt because I can't do two things at once. Oh, that's too hard. So one thing I've done in my putting, I heard this via, I think it's a doctor, Dr. Sasha McKenzie. He's a sports biomechanist, works in Canada. Very clever man when it comes to golf. And he did a study on what he calls heads-up putting, so looking at the target and putting. And personally, I've been doing that and found that my speed control's really tightened up and that I'm not having those longer putts or those shorter putts. For my second putts intended to be much more grouped around the hole. Kind of like if you imagine you throw a ball, shoot a basketball, you're going to be looking where you want the ball to go. It's kind of what we're trying to achieve here. So just something you can practice if you want to. Now I'm going to do the same thing again. I'm going to try and get someone to stop short of that ball. Oh, it was better. Didn't run up the screen. This carpet is rapid, by the way. This could take a little while, so you may not have to watch all of this. I'll just keep putting until I finish. Oh, that's pretty good. It's fractionally short of the other one. Yep, it's short of the other one. Oh, this could be a long game if I'm going to keep it that close. Last golf ball, unfortunately, I've hit it too far, so I've lost the game. I got 6 golf balls there. I want to see if next time I do that, I can get to 7 golf balls, 8 golf balls before I can't finish. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go the other way. I'm going to try and play leapfrog in the other direction, where I hit one ball as short as I can, then try and the next one just past it, and see how many I can get between me and the start of that screen. Okay, next challenge. So we're going to see, like I said, if I can get the ball to go short all the way to the end of the screen there and see how far I can go. I am not very confident on this one because of how rapid this carpet is, so see how I do. Oh, I didn't hit that very hard. Okay, so I've got to get it just past that one there. Now, if I leave it short of that ball, I lose, game over, start again. If I get to the screen, game over, start again. I got it past. It's a long way past, though. Got to just get this next one to just creep past that one. Oh, sit. Oh, this game could be over before I even get through all these golf balls. Oh, that's too hard, I think. Way too hard. Oh, no. Yeah, hit the screen, so that's game over for me. So I only got 4 in that time. I got 6 the last. So what you would do now is you'd pick a ball back up and you'd try again. Okay, I love these little competition type games for putting because putting, like I said, is for me a bit more of a skills game. So we're practicing skills while competing against ourselves, makes it a bit more fun rather than just endless technical work. That'll do us for today. If you have any questions at all, please post them in the comments below. Don't forget to give the heads up putting idea a go. So where you're looking at the object you're trying to putt it to. So in this case, I'm trying to putt it to the edge of the screen there. I'd be looking at the edge of the screen and trying to putt it there and just see how that works for your distance control. What you might find is your strike does vary, but again, pay attention to your distance control because if your distance control is still good, then you can still putt that way because, like I said, speed is one of the most important things in putting. It helps us determine line and then we can putt from there. Okay. Thank you very much for watching. I look forward to seeing you all again soon. Catch you later.